For today's class, which is a power class, full body, we have the option to be using ankle weights. If you don't have them, don't worry about it. You can do everything with your beautiful body. We are going to start on your back. So when you're ready, making your way down onto your back. If you have the ankle weights, place them into your hands and just bring them down by your side. Feet are about hip distance apart. Start to really press down into all four corners of the feet and just allow the heaviness of the body to melt into your mat. Take a full breath in, and on your exhale, press into the palms, press into the heels. Start to lift your hips, finding your bridge, and then slowly lower back down. Exhale as you lift, peeling yourself up, and then lower all the way back down. Start to really connect your movement to your breath, to your energy, and just letting the body find its full range as you lift and lower. As you keep pressing into the heels, can you think about squeezing the glutes, hips, thigh bones, really high to the sky. We're here for 5. Before we start to add the weights or the arms, let's go 3, holding at the top in 2, holding at the top on 1. Start to bring the arms all the way overhead and then lower your hips. Press the hands back down. Exhale, lift the hips, arms reach all the way overhead, maybe fingernails touching the earth behind you. Lower the hips, roll through the spine, and then tap the hands down. So you lift, reach, roll, and tap. Now this is your class, your practice, so start to really tune in to what shapes feel good and what the body can do. We have 3 more, and the hands are coming all the way up to the sky. Let's go 2. Last one here. Exhale, lift the hips, then bring the hands to the sky. Bending one elbow at a time, and keep the hips nice and high. So it's like a little chest press here as your fingertips face the sky, palms face the thighs. Let's go 5, 4, we're gonna add a hip dip in 3, 2, on 1, hands return to the sky. Lower the hips halfway, bend the elbows, and then press. Lower the hips halfway, bend the elbows, and press. Start to create a little bit of heat, a little bit of fire through the body. And if you're not using the ankle weights, can you spread your fingertips, keeping the arms moving? Let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, holding on 1 at the top. Lower the hands all the way down and start to press into the palms. Press firmly into the heels. Exhale, your right leg lifts. Inhale, your right leg lowers. Exhale, left leg lifts. Inhale, you lower. So keep pressing into the hands here to help you keep the hips really stable. And there's an option always to add on. But if you don't want to add on today, don't worry about it. Do what feels good and make good choices based on how you're feeling. In 3, everything comes back down. In 2, whatever heel is lifted, bring it back down on 1. Start to float one hand up, then maybe the other hand up. Can you lift one leg and lower? Lift the other leg and lower. So we are doing the same movement with the legs, except now we're just ramping it up with the arms. Let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, last one here. Lower the heels, but keep the hips high. Tiny pulses for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the hands first, then start to lower the hips. Knock the knees side to side. And we're not done with your bridges, so don't get too excited. Hands are gonna start to stay exactly where they are. Exhale as you lift the hips and hold at the top. Press firmly into the heels. Take a full breath in. Exhale, right leg starts to lift. Keeping the hips still, can you start to bend the knee out? Toe comes behind the left calf, and then you bring it back up. So we shoot it through the left, back up. Shoot it through the left, and back up. Now this shape, it may look really easy, but all of a sudden, oh, muscles start to talk to you. And if this is just not in your practice today, don't worry. Come back to the marches or find your bridge hold. You have 3 more. 2, bring the knee out to tabletop on 1, lower the right leg and just hold your bridge. Take a full breath in. Exhale as you lift your left leg. We bring the left toe out to the right and then knee back to the sky. So we're threading it under the right and then back up. Threading it under, open the left hip and back. This is really good for your pelvic floor, but it's also really challenging. So embrace it, and let's go 3. Last 2. Final 1. Lower the heel, lower the hips. Take a little windscreen wiper. Start to bring the hands behind your head, keeping your bridge, keeping the feet hip distance apart. Take a full breath in. As you exhale, lift your hips. Inhale as you slowly lower. Really start to peel off the mat and back down. Becoming familiar with this shape. And let's go 5 as we start to add some shapes back in. Let's go 3, 2, holding at the top on 1. Bringing your right leg up. Can you bring left hand to knee and then extend it long? Left hand to knee as you crunch, extend it long. So keep pressing into your left heel, keeping the hips high. Little crunch, hand to knee, and then back. Hand to knee, and back. Maybe start to lift the hips higher as the right leg extends, and you are here for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Lower the right foot, lower the hips, bring the hands overhead and just take a little rock. We are evening out the other side, and I promise we're taking a break from your bridges. Take a full breath in. Exhale as you lift your hips and hold. On this next breath out, lifting your left leg to tabletop and start to bring the right hand to the knee and then extend arm and leg away. Just like the other side, you might like to add a crunch and up, but keep pressing into the right heel, keeping the hips high. 5, stay with your breath. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the left foot, lower the hips, bring the hands overhead, bring the legs out really long, and just take a little shake out. If you're like me, you've shimmied away from your mat, just come all the way down. Bring the hands overhead, and can you start to point the toes? Take a full breath in, let the ribs, belly expand. And as you exhale, start to curl up, hands come to your thighs, palms face the sky. And then as you lower, inhale, hands come all the way back overhead. So the palms face the sky at all times, and you're thinking about scooping the lower belly in. As you exhale, reach like a little curl up, and then as you lower back down. Now, if you are short for space, I get it. You can bring the hands to the sky and start to bring them towards the thighs, and then bring them back down, like a little regular crunch. But if you have the space, circle the arms in and circle the arms overhead. Keep pressing down into the heels as you pull your belly button in. And let's go for 3, 2. Things are gonna ramp up on 1. Can you just hold for 3, for 2, palms up, for 1, lower all the way back down. Take a full breath in. This time as you curl up, your right leg is gonna start to come up with you. You sit up a little bit taller, and then you slowly lower everything back down as the hands come overhead. So we're scooping the arms, press into the right heel, left leg lifts up. Scoop through the belly as you lower arm and leg. So we're gonna keep alternating the shapes here. Now remember, this is a power class, so we're here to work. But if these shapes don't suit you right now, or that you're just not vibing them, you can always come back to your base. but I encourage you to listen to your body and maybe even step outside your comfort zone every now and then. Ooh. You can definitely feel this, getting a little bit shaky. Let's go 2 more. Each side, that is. So wherever you are, changing sides. Oh, I don't know if you see, but I'm struggling. Last one each side, whether you're on the left or right leg. Let's go up. Exhale, lift. Inhale, pull back down. Last one here. Exhale as you lift all the way up. Inhale as you lower back down. Hands come overhead, legs along. Take a little breather, a little shake out. Start to bring the hands to the sky. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Take a full breath in. And as you exhale, start to tuck the chin to the chest as you make your way up to a full C. And then take a forward fold as the weights come towards the tops of your toes. Oh, enjoy it. Roll through the spine as you start to lower back down. Finding your roll-ups. And the key to your roll-ups are moving as slow as you can, creating tension through the belly as you lift, keeping the C shape through your spine. Forward fold, and then start to re-stack everything back. Hands come overhead. Let's just do 2 more here. Exhale as you lift. Coming all the way forward. Enjoy a little stretch and then start to roll back down. 1 more here. And we're gonna stay in a seated position. Full breath in. Exhale as you tuck the chin to the chest and roll yourself up. Take a little forward fold. You might like to let the head be really heavy, really floppy. And start to bend the knees. And we're gonna find a high kneeling shape. So coming onto your knees, weights are coming into your hands still. And if you don't like kneeling, you can always sit cross-legged with this one. We are gonna be working through some rotations, so let's see how we go. Bringing the hands behind the head, take a full breath in, pull the belly button in and squeeze the glutes. As you exhale, can you twist to the right? Inhale as you come back to center. Exhale as you twist to the left. 1 more like this. Exhale as you twist to the right, squaring the shoulders off. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale back to center. Now from here, as you rotate to the right, we reach your left hand and then pull it back. We're going left hand and back. So you reach, pull. Now if you are not using ankle weights, you can start to pull back with a fist grip. You can reach, pull back, but start to really match your movement to your breath. Exhale, reach and back. Start to feel any sensations and roll with it. Remember, that's why we're here. So focus on how you want to feel in this moment as well as after your practice. Let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, holding to the right on 1. Now keeping the left hand where it is, right hand stays behind your head. We're finding a crunch as you tap your right thigh with your left hand and then pull it back up. Finding a little crunch and back up. Now I know this exercise can look really weird, so just think of it like a crunch, like so. And if the left hand doesn't like where it is, you can always bring the hands behind your head and find a crunch. But sometimes it's nice for feedback, so you can touch the right thigh with the left hand, pull back up. Let's go 5, 4, last 3, pull the belly button in for 2, last one here. Bring the left hand back and then start to bring the hands behind your head. Maybe take a little hip shake off, little dance break. Standing up nice and tall, kneeling nice and tall. Take a full breath in. Exhale as you twist to the left with the right hand and the back. Twist to the left and back. Almost like a little dance move. We're pressing out, pull it back, reach and back. Keep pulling the belly button in while thinking about your ribs doing a lot of the work. So your obliques are moving side to side like so. Let's go 5, 4, reach the spirit fingers away, 2, that was 3, my bad, 2, on 1, can you hold? Rotate a little bit more to the left as you exhale, crunch down, right hand touches the left thigh, inhale as you pull back up. Little side crunch down, and back up. Now, if the hand doesn't touch and if it's not a big movement, don't worry about it. Do what you can. And remember to remain really curious through the body. Let's go 3 more. Last 2. Final 1. Come back to center, release the hands. Take a little dance break, and we are going to change the ankle weights now onto your ankles. So if you don't have them, hang tight, grab a drink, do what feels good. And we're going to start seated. So knees are going to be bent and your feet are going to be hip distance apart, and you're on the lengthways of your mat, like so. Bringing just your right hand behind you, and then can you start to bring the legs really long? Take a full breath in, bring the left hand overhead. Now really stretch your right hand behind you, so you get a little armpit stretch. Pull the belly button in. Can you go opposite arm to leg and back? Opposite arm to leg and back. So right leg lifts, left hand taps, pull back. Keep pressing down into the ground with your right hand. And this is layer 1. This is a really nice layer. Enjoy it. If it's for you, stay here. Otherwise, in 3, we're going double time with the legs. In 2. On 1, bring the right leg up and then lower the right leg down. Squeeze the inner thighs, connect the toes and the heel together. Press into your right hand, see if you can lift up out of the armpit. Take a full breath in, and as you exhale, press into the ground, lift the legs with the left hand, and then lower. So you're using a lot of your lower belly strength. Exhale, lift. Inhale, you slowly lower. Now we're only here for 5 because I know it's hard. Let's go. 5. Use your breath. Exhale, reach. 4. 3. So we're trying to rely onto the legs, the lower belly, rather than just that right hand. 2. Woo. Last one. Lift. Come all the way back down. Bring both hands behind you and just take a little stretch through the upper back here. And then start to come down onto your forearms. Bending through the knees. Can you lift one leg and then the other into tabletop? Stacking the shoulders over the elbows. Exhale as you extend your right leg. Inhale as you pull back. Exhale, left leg. Inhale, pull back. Now don't worry, we will be coming to the other side, but I thought let's give it a little break because it's hard work. 5 more. 4, keep pulling the belly in. 3. Last 2. On 1, bring both legs back to center. Now this time as you extend the right leg, little pulse at the bottom, pull it back in. Exhale, left leg, little pulse, pull it back in. Right leg, little pulse, and back. Let's go 5. Legs are feeling heavy. 4. You ever need those ankle weights? 3. Last 2. Final 1. Pull everything back in, lower the feet, start to come back up. Just take a moment to reset. And we're going to extend the legs really long. Left hand comes behind you and you're leaning back slightly. So pressing into the hand, but also keeping a lot of the weight into your hips, your glutes. Bring the right hand to the sky. Start to lift the left leg and then lower. Lift the left leg and lower. Now remember, this is where you can stay. Lifting both legs is intense. So see how you feel. Let's go 3, 2, on 1. Keep the right hand to the sky, glue the legs together. Soft bend to the left elbow, but keep pressing down. As you take a full breath out, lift the legs and then lower. You might want to slide your left hand out further. Exhale as you lift, inhale as you lower. Let's go 5 more. Lift, lower. This is 4, 3. Final 2. I'm here with you. Stay with me. Last one. Lift, lower. Take a little forward fold. And then when you are ready, we're starting to roll all the way back down onto your back. You can use your hands to help you. Once you're onto your back, bring the legs back to tabletop. Just like we did before, we're extending the right leg, exhale, pulling it back to center, inhale. Left leg extends and then back. Do a few like this, and if it feels okay, start to bring the hands behind the head. Lift your head, find a crunch as you continue the legs and back. Now in a moment, we're gonna start to add the pulses. So let's go 3, 2, on 1, little pulse, pull it back in. Extend, little pulse, pull it back in. Extend, pulse, and back. Extend, pulse, and back. Let's go 5, 4, 3, last 2, on 1, pull the knees back in, lower the head. Keep the legs lifted, and as you breathe out, find your crunch, but this time extend your hands towards your thighs. Or extending your right leg, pulling it back in, left leg, pulling it back in. Let's go 3 more, and we're gonna go double legs. 2, on 1, hug the knees back in to the chest. Just take a little breather. You can lower the head, otherwise glue the legs together, heels and knees. As you exhale, shoot the legs long. Inhale, they come back to center. Exhale, shoot the legs long and back. Now imagine that you have 1 long leg. So we've just got a mermaid tail moving out and back in. We have 5. Let's go 4, 3, 2. Can you hold out on 1? Open, close, pull it back in. Extend, open, close, and back. Now remember, your head can be down, your hands can be behind the head. But can you stay with me, with your breath, embracing all the feels for 5. Let's go 4, 3, 2, last 1. We are opening and closing, I know. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees in, lower the head. Oh, take a little rock and a roll. When you're ready, bring the hands underneath the knees. Maybe give your knees a little bit kiss for their hard work. And we're gonna start to just take a little rock through the spine, just for 3. Last 2, coming all the way up to a seat on 1. Cross the ankles over, plant the hands down, and shuffle back so you're finding a 4-point kneel. Can you start by extending your right leg long and then lift, lower, squaring the shoulders and the hips off. Sometimes when we do this type of movement, our right hip can open, so encouraging it to pull down. And think about length with the back leg. Don't worry how high it's going. Pull the belly button in, and let's go 5, 4, 3, holding up in 2, holding up on 1. Come down to your left forearm, pull the knee in, and then extend it long. Pull the knee in to the right elbow, extend it long. So pull in and back. Keep pressing into the right hand, left elbow, and in a moment, we're gonna add a little combo. So let's go 5. Keep lifting the leg. 4, 3, 2, on 1, hold, lower the leg, lift, pull the knee to elbow, extend, lower, lift, in. Little dance move, a little combo. We've done the 2 shapes before, and we're just adding them together. Let's go 5, 4, 3, last 2, on 1, keep your right leg lifted and hold. Come up onto the left hand, lower the leg, lift the leg, come down to the forearm. Come up, lower the leg, lift the leg, forearm. Hand, toe, lift, forearm. Now there's a lot going on, so take your time here. And if it all becomes too much, keep the right leg lifted as you just come down to the forearm and back. Let's go 5, 4, 3, whew, things are heating up. 2, on 1, come back to the left forearm. Keep the leg lifted as you tiny pulse up and back. Little lift, little lower. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come down. Oh, take a little shake out. Take a child's pose. And when you are ready, we're going straight to the other side. I'm just going to swivel around so you can see me. But you stay exactly where you are. And as you breathe out, hands come under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Take a full breath in. This time your left leg extends long. As you lift, pull it back in. Lift, pull it back in. Doming through the upper back as you keep pressing into the palms. And as we work through familiar shapes, but on the other side, notice how it feels. Let's go 5, 4, we are holding it up in 3. Hold your left leg up in 2. Hold your left leg up on 1. Come down to your right forearm. Elbow to knee, extend it long. Elbow to knee, extend it long. Now they do not have to touch. Just moving in the same direction and aiming to keep your knee lifted really high. Let's go 5, 4, we're adding the combo in 3, get excited. 2, on 1, extend the leg long. Lower, lift, knee to elbow. Extend, lower, lift, knee to elbow. There are so many flyers today. They also love Pilates apparently, so let's go 5. We're keeping your left leg lifted in 4. Use your breath and remember why you're here. Let's go 3 more. Last 2. On 1, keep your left leg lifted. Come onto your right hand, lower the leg, lift, and then come back to your right forearm. Right hand, lower, lift, right forearm. It's kind of like a one-handed push-up. Take your time here, and let's go 5, 4, 3, last 2, holding up on 1. Can you come onto the forearm and can you just pulse for 5, 4, point the toe, 3, I get it, 2, and 1. Come all the way down, coming to a kneeling position and just shake it all out. We have one little series to go and then I promise you are out of here. So scooting onto your bottom, keeping the weights on the ankles if they're there. If they're not, doesn't matter. Coming onto the hands and the feet. Feet are hip distance apart and your hands are directly under your shoulders. Take a full breath in. As you exhale, lift the hips, finding your reverse tabletop. And then as you inhale, you lower. Press into the heels, the hands, exhale, lift. Inhale, you lower. Now we are adding on from this shape. So you can stay here. Otherwise, if you still have a little bit of energy, stay with me. So let's go 3. Last 2. On 1, can you hold all the way up? Right leg lifts, lower back down. Left leg lifts, lower back down. You keep alternating as you keep pressing into the palms. Pull the belly button in. Woo. And now this is called a party, Pilates party. Let's go 5, 4, 3, last 2, final 1. Lower the foot, lower the hips, extend the legs long. Take a little shake out, and we're finding a reverse plank, which means your legs are straight. Same thing as before, we press into the palms, press into the heels, but this time you lift your hips, and your legs stay exactly as they are. Take a full breath in, stay for your breath out. Can you stay for 5, 4, I know, stay with me, 3, 2, and 1, lower back down. Take a moment to roll the shoulders, roll the head, and we are adding a final challenge. If you're ready, coming with me. If not, you stay exactly as you are in your reverse plank. So if you're coming with me, press into the heels as much as you can. Take a full breath in, exhale, you lift and hold. Now point the toes, press into the heels, bend the right leg, lower. Bend the left leg, lower, lift. I know it's challenging.
but keep staying with your breath. 5, 4, 3, last one, 2, I lied, I'm so sorry, 1, lower everything back down, forward fold. Take a moment to let everything absorb, everything soak in from your practice. Start to roll through the spine, bending the ankles or the knees, placing the hands onto the knees or even onto the thighs, and closing your practice with a sense of achievement, maybe gratitude, and above all, I'm so proud of you. Take a full breath in, full breath out. And start to open the eyes, move a little bit, do what feels good, but you are done and dusted, and I will see you next time.